Amen. Pastor Biden.
Amen.
Amen, amen. I'm going to piggyback real quick and we're going to get out of here. Amen. One thing that stands out real big to me in the story of Esther is that a lot of people may plot against you, but if it ain't meant for you, then it won't happen to you. Amen. What God has for me is for me. What he has for you is for you. And I don't care if you try to trick somebody into it, God is still going to deliver me. And it lets me know that when you get in a leadership position that you can't just take everybody's word for it. Everybody that's around you don't mean you no good. Because the king right-hand man, so-called right-hand man, ain't mean him no good. We find that same thing going on with the book of Daniel. When it happened with Daniel, when they got ready to throw him in the lion's den. Somebody always are trying to manipulate the person that's in power to make you do things that you necessarily shouldn't do. So you got to pay attention. You got to pray on it yourself. You got to talk to God yourself about every situation, because if I just take your advice or just go with what you said, sometimes you'll lead me to slaughter. You'll make me not be a good person no more. You'll make me not be a good king no more. And I look at it like sometimes people want you to go outside and beat somebody up, right? But you're going to damage my reputation if I have to go out there and beat you up. So why am I going to put myself in that position? And yeah, you can come in and lie to me, tell me the wrong story, tell me somebody curse you out, somebody put their hands on you. You can lie to me. And if I don't have discernment, if I don't talk to God before I go running up out of there, I can put myself in harm's way, because I'm trying to protect you, thinking that me and you are on the same team. I think you mean me good. I think you my partner, so I feel like I'm supposed to ride for you, but guess what? You put me in a bad situation. So that's what Malachi now had to go through in order to go past Haman, because Haman is the one who was trying to get him hung. But Haman's supposed to be cool with the king. If I'm cool with the king, I'm not setting nobody up. If I'm cool with the king, that means I already have everything I need. So why am I being ugly? So it shows me sometimes when you have a lot of power, you be ugly to other people. So you look down on certain people. So he's looking down on the Jews. You know, sometimes say, I never liked them no way. Oh, I don't like this kind of person. Or I don't like this race of people. So that's what it was. Somebody who was holding a grudge with a race of people, and in his mind, whenever I get the power, y'all out of there. And I was like that before with my brother and sister when I was a kid. Felt like they was trying to pick on me when I was young, and I said, when I get older, I got something for you. Soon as I get older, I got something for you. So I can see the man in his mind saying, I got something for you Jews soon as I get in power. You better not let me get in power. When I get in power, I'm going to kill all of y'all. And we get like that sometimes when we upset, when we mad. So I'm telling you, don't allow the enemy to use you. Don't allow the enemy to allow you to be upset to where you want to destroy a whole bunch of people. Not just one person. He said he wanted to destroy all the Jews, and he done made the man sign a decree. Because I ain't paying attention. I think you got my best interest in mind, so I'm just going along with it. You know, just bring the papers. I just sign them, and I read over it, I bet not. Same thing with contracts, right? Real estate contracts, music contracts, actors contract, poetry contract, rapper contract, any kind of contract. You better read over it. Have you signing your life away? Have you signing up to do things that you don't approve of because you didn't read the fine print? You was just signing it because you felt like that person had your right intentions or right for you. Best interest at heart. Feeling like that. And it's a lot of families that got missed out of land and property because you thinking that that person was for you. You done signed your stuff over to the lawyer because the lawyer read it and you didn't. And guess what? That was his whole goal. He think he gonna be able to play it. Same thing happened with automobile car wrecks. The lawyer played it. He signed you up for the least amount and he get the most amount and he walking away with it and you don't know nothing about it. So you got to be careful what you sign. You don't just jump and sign things without reading. Then you got to know whoever's supposed to be helping you if they have your best interest at heart. Sometimes they say get a second opinion, right? Same thing with the hospital, huh? Get a second opinion sometimes. You got to get a second opinion because this doctor might just want some money. He might say, oh, let me operate on you. I operate on everybody who comes through the door. I want to operate on you because I want some money. So you got to pay attention to what you're signing, because what they do, they say, do you agree? Sign this right here. I was on the phone last night, one of the bill collectors tried to get me. Do you agree? I said, ma'am, I'm asking you simple questions. You ain't answering my question. And you steady asking me, do I agree? Tell me what's the numbers. How much do I got to pay? How much do I owe? Tell me that. That's it. Everything else I don't even need to hear about. Because you just going on and on and on and asking me, do I agree? And I know that the phone call is recorded. So as soon as I say I agree, then I agree with everything she said. Everybody try to play you like that, so you got to be aware and you got to be careful. But I love Esther. She was bold. She knew to consult God first. That's the first thing she said. Well, we're going to pray and we're going to fast on this situation before I go make a move. And yes, I love my Uncle Malachi. Gives me good advice. He's been taking care of me. He's been looking after me, but I still got to go to God. And guess what? Tell everybody to go to God. We're going to do it as one. We're going to bring unity and we're going to come together and we all going to do it, because if it's meant to be done, God going to move. So everybody got together. Everybody prayed and fasted. She said animals included, everybody. Because we know how to do what God wants us to do. So he says that God moved on her. She was able to be pleasing in front of the king. The king accepted her in. And you know, everybody said that the king don't necessarily accept you in. You have to purify yourself sometimes for years back then before you could even come in the king's presence. So it's a procedure, it's a process that you had to go to, but God had favor on her life. And he said, what? Some people were made for this moment. Sometimes this is your moment, this is your time, and you're made for this. God put it on you, this is your calling. So she was made for that time, and she was made to save her people. As a little girl, all I got to do is be obedient. Be obedient. When I'm obedient to God, then God does the rest. So she was obedient, she did it, and the king spared her. And for the hater, for the one who always trying to trick you up, trap you up, it always come back on him. And saying, I'm rubber, you glue it, bounce off me and stick on you. You try to throw it on me and it got on you. You lost your life. You got hung. And they said you dig one of the deepest ones ever. Because you already had it in your head. You thought you was going to win. And that's how the enemy is. He think he going to win against God's children. But if you trust God, I don't care what he got in his head, he going to lose in the end. So whatever he has set up to come against us, God got something better for us. And God is going to protect us. See, once I learned that God was protecting me, I ain't have to start fighting no more. Yeah, I might have wanted to fight. My flesh might have wanted to fight. But when I realized that God was protecting me, he said, I'm going to allow you to walk on through, walk right by. I was able to walk by. He said, just walk off. I got you. It's a fool always coming down the street. So if you got a fool right here, it's another fool coming down the street. So all you got to do is walk off and let one of them other fools take care of that fool. See, I know you're wise when you don't jump into that. You don't get involved in that. But the Bible always says that you got to have a good heart. It says don't never try to mess over somebody else. Don't never try to set up nobody else. Don't set a snare. Don't set a trap for somebody else, because you may fall into it. The story of Esther is about somebody setting a trap for God's people. And God allowed them to fall into the trap themselves. So don't go against God's people. Amen. Pray my strength, the Lord. I pray you was blessed. Amen. The doors of the church are open.